Hello friends, this is Priya and welcome to PK Development Diary. In this tutorial we are going to see how to create a new project in After Effects. After that we are going to learn about interface of After Effects. So let's get started. Before learning the process of opening the After Effects application, you must ensure that the After Effects software is installed on your computer. In case you do not have the installed license of your software, you can download its trial version from Adobe website. I have shared link of downloading software in below my video. You can download it from there. So let's get started. When the application starts, the welcome to the Adobe After Starting window appears. Click the close button in the welcome to the After Effects window to access the application window as I have done over here. And you can start a new project from here. Go to file menu, click to new and start new project from here. Here I have already taken new project, so this window will appear. Suppose you want to design a small animation to be posted on the tourism website that we are designing. The first thing that you need to do is to arrange all the clippings, notes and pictures to be included in the animation. In our After Effects, a folder in the project panel, this project panel plays the role of the scrapbook, where you can store all the necessary source files such as movies, images and audio files. You can also save compositions inside the folder to organize the stack of information. In case you do not create a folder, the project panel becomes a confusing mess of all the source files and compositions. Let's perform the following some steps to create folders in the project panel. After initiating the first step in the process of building a project in After Effects, the next important step is to assign a meaningful name to the project while saving it. At the time of saving the project, you can use the increment and save function to specify the version of the project file so that it could be opened in the earlier version of After Effects, as well as with the applications such as Adobe Premiere Pro and Adobe Photoshop. The increment and save function keeps track of the versions of the saved file. You can use this function and maintain previous versions and update the project file. Let's perform these steps to save the project file. Go to file menu and you can click over here save as, and you can save your copy in which folder you want to save. Let's give demo example and you can save into in Adobe After Effects project type. So let's hit on save button. After saving the project, let's move on to the interface of After Effects. This is interface of After Effects, and in an interface of an application displays the core components available in the application. The After Effects interface is termed as the application window. The After Effects application window is divided into several different sections known as frames, and each frame contains one or more tab panels such as composition, timeline, project, footage. You can use these panels to work with projects. The arrangement of these panels and frames in the application window is known as workspace. Here you can see project panel. This is composition panel. This is timeline panel. This is paragraph panel. This is effects and preset panel. This is preview panel, and this is information panel. And these are tools you can see over here, and these are different kinds of menus. Let's see one by one what are these panels. Let's start from tools panel. This one. This is selection tool. This is zoom tool. This is hand tool, rotate tool, pan behind tool, paint tool, clone stamp tool. So if you put your cursor on it, so you can see name of those tools. Those comes in use of in different in various kinds of activities in the project. The tools panel is located at the top of application window. It provides variety of tools such as hand tool, zoom tool, rotation tool, and zoom tool, rotation tool, unified camera, paint tool, text tool, etc. It is the only panel that cannot be docked into a different frame. The small triangle icon on the tools indicates that the tools contain a fly menu. By default, selection tool and hand tool are enabled in the tools panel. However, the tools are activated when you select a composition or layer. Some of the tools such as paint tool and type tool contain additional tools that appear in the flyout window, flyout menu. Whether a tool contains further additional tools or not can be judged by presence of small arrow in the tools icon. Let's learn about the project panel. This is project panel. When you import any source item or create a composition, it first appears in the project panel. The project panel displays the description of the source item or composition in the series of columns such as name, type, size, duration, comment, and file path. When you select a source file, the project panel displays the thumbnail view, the selected file. You can change the properties of the source file such as frame rate and alpha channel by using interpret footage icon located at the bottom of the project panel. You can organize the source files and compositions by creating folders in the project panel. Let's see what is composition panel. For that we have to create new composition. I'm creating one composition over here. Here, according to your requirements, you can give presets, width and height of your project, pixel aspect ratio, frame rate. I'm giving over here 40 frames per second, resolution, start time code, duration of your video. I'm giving 9 seconds. Background color you can change from it here and hit on OK and click on OK button. So this one is my composition panel, and it displays area where you can view your creation. You can drag the source files in the composition panel. You can use the buttons such as magnification, 3D view, and adjust exposure available at the bottom of composition panel to view various properties of source file such as magnification, resolution, color channels, mask, and shapes used in the composition. Magnification refers to the zoom level of an image or source file. You can use the resolution property to decide the number of pixels that you want to display. Let's move on to the timeline panel. This is timeline panel. The timeline panel helps to perform various tasks on layers such as animating, arranging, and setting layer properties. It is divided into two pans, the right pan and left pan. The right pan is used to trim layer and apply keyframes on a composition or video. The left pan contains series of options, switches, and buttons to set the properties of layers. Here you can set on visible or invisible mode of the layer in the panel. The timeline panel displays the layer bar to represent layers in the composition. Now let's learn about the layer panel. I'm creating here one layer, create a shape layer. Here you can add hide set on visibility or invisible mode by clicking this option. This is my shape layer. And a layer is created when you add footage into the composition panel. You can view all the layers of the composition and set their properties in the composition panel. However, while working with the composition panel, you may find it difficult to view a layer clearly. In such situation, you can use the layer panel to view the layers separately. The view list box located at the bottom of the layer panel contains to view layer before after the mask. Now let's learn about the footage panel. This is footage panel. In After Effects, a source file is known as a footage. When footage is added to the composition panel, it is called a layer. When you double click the footage in the project panel, it opens in the footage panel by default. You can use a footage panel to preview and modify footage before finally adding them to a composition. This is info panel. In the info panel provides details about the color value and X or Y coordinates of the cursor in the composition. Layer and footage panels. The information in the info panel changes as you move the cursor in the currently active panel. The bottom of the info panel displays in the in and out position of the selected layers. You can use this panel to obtain the information about the required portion of a layer. Let's move on to the preview panel. This is preview panel and it's used to preview the footage and composition before rendering them. It contains buttons to play or pause a composition or footage. You can view first, last, previous and next frames using buttons in the preview panel. In addition, the preview panel contains buttons for random access memory, that's RAM previews. In RAM previews, you can play video or audio in the timeline. Layer or footage panel in time speed. Let's learn about the audio panel. This is audio panel. The audio panel helps to control the volume of selected layers. When you preview a composition or layer, the audio panel displays a level meter showing the volume range in the audio panel. You can view the waveform of the audio file to identify distortion and determine when the audio signal exceeds the maximum level allowed by an audio device. Here you can see three sliders are used to set the volume range of the currently active audio file. This is Effects and Preset panel, which provides various animations, presets and effects such as 3D and distort, which you can apply on a layer. The search box located at the top of the Effects and Presets panel is used to search a specific animation preset and effect. The properties of the effect you can select from the Effects and Presets panel. It can be changed using the Effects control panel. When you add an effect to a layer, the effect displays the Effect control panel to customize the effect settings and using effects. After learning about the After Effects interface, let's learn to customize the workspace of After Effects. In After Effects, the arrangement of panels and frames in application window is known as a workspace. In After Effects, application provides certain predefined workspaces such as animation effects, motion tracking, paint and text to customize the interface of After Effects application. The panel and frames in the predefined workspace are selected according to the selected workspace. For instance, the paint workspace displays the panel required to the work and paint tool. However, while working on a project, you may need to customize the workspace by rearranging the default positions of panel, close existing panel or unlock panels as per your requirement. You can achieve this by using the option buttons located at the upper right corner of each panel. The option button displays a shortcut menu that contains some common options such as unlocking or closing panels. By using the option available in the shortcut menu, you can change the default position of panels, maximize or minimize the panel, and even close the panel. After making changes to the position or layout of panels, you can see the workspace with desired name and use it in future. So in this tutorial we have learned about how to open the After Effects application. Also we have learned to start a new project, and in addition we have learned about the interface of After Effects. Hopefully this was enjoyable for you, and don't forget to subscribe, like, comment and share if it's been beneficial for you. Thanks for watching friends. This is Priya signing off, and I will see you in the next tutorial. Thank you.